Welcome to the only figure of 8 track on the F1 calendar. We're here at Suzuka for qualifying today ahead of the Japanese Grand Prix. I'm expecting a strong showing here today from the Red Bull team. They really love this classic track and have had so much success at Suzuka over the years.
I think this could be a showdown between the Mercedes and Red Bulls today. The Red Bull team have enjoyed incredible success here over the years, but the Mercedes package could be too much for the Milton Keynes-based team.
Hello guys and welcome to career mode. Today we're in qualifying and in Japan of course for the Japanese Grand Prix. This is Q1, we wanted to get out of the way, so we're on options and we smashed everyone's time by nearly 2 seconds. And it was just a great lap, so hopefully we can have this form into Q2 and Q3. So let's see how we get on in those sessions. And also we're getting very close to the end of the season now. And we still can win this championship, but we need to win every race. And those Mercs and Williams guys have a bad races. But now we're in Q2, but it's raining, which is going to throw all our dry experience out of the window. As we are actually on a lap right now, we're skipping the end of the lap. The track has got very, very wet. It's going to get heavy rain. And our lap is taken away from us anyway. But we're going to try and still save our tyres and go for another lap as we set a 1. I don't know what that is, but we're coming through this left lander now. Put the power on and we just slide out. Too much standard water for these tyres to handle, but I'm going to go back in the pits and put some fresh full wet tyres on, and hopefully we can go from there. We do have a dry sappers on because we had no idea it was going to be raining in Q2 or 3. As you see here, we're going to put some wet tyres on, and now we are starting our lap here in Q2 on the full wet tyres. Going to turn 1. It's going to be very hard because I've never driven this track in the rain, and pretty good, but down on Hamilton's time in sector 1 as we go through the first Degner. I think it's called. As Vettel, my teammate, now goes first as we lock up horrendously, and we've probably booted ourselves out of Q2 because there's not enough time to put another lap in, I don't think. As how many minutes do we have left in the session? There's less than a minute, I think there is. There's less than 40 seconds left in the session. Skimming to the end of the lap. Have we compromised ourselves in Q2? No! We're actually in 7th place. So after that horrendous lockup, going into the hairpin and going off the track and losing so much time, we've qualified for Q3. Can you believe it? And now, qualifying results.
It sets us up nicely for the final qualifying session. Who has it within them to grab pole position?
Yeah, what crazy qualifying so far. And now we're in Q3 and it's dry. It's completely dry in Q3. Wow, so we got some experience from the first qualifying on these fresh tyres. I'm going to come across the line. We're going to put ourselves, well, it's actually starting on laps, sorry. We set it right at the end of the session to have maximum grip on the track. We go turn 1. Just chuck the car in and down to 4th gear. 3rd if you have low wings. And through the, I don't know what these corners are called. Sorry, mate. Sorry. But this lap is really tidy and clean. As we go through these double left-hander corners, we go a bit wide on that. We missed the apex by quite much, and that hindered our speed. As we're going through 130R right now, flat out. 200 miles an hour, and all slowing down to 60 miles an hour through this chicane. And now put the power on, but we spun up the rears and lost so much time through this last corner. And we're going to put ourselves 3rd on the grid for tomorrow's race. Let's do this.
Lewis Hamilton Hamilton provided us with the performance of the day here in qualifying. Fastest lap means he's on pole for tomorrow's race.
They've really worked hard this weekend, and it seems they've been able to set up the cars perfectly today. Whether this will translate into race pace tomorrow, well, we'll just have to wait and see.
So, Lewis Hamilton on pole, and I'm in third place. Nico Rosberg actually didn't have a good qualifying. I don't know where he came, but it was outside the top 5, I think. So, it's Japanese time, Japanese Grand Prix time. Looking forward to this one, great track, and hopefully we're going to have a cracking race. But I think it's going to be raining because we had raining in practice and qualifying. And I think there's going to be raining in the race. So let's hope for an entertaining race. And of course, let's hopefully win this one. And hopefully keep building on Rosberg's lead. Decreasing that lead. And hopefully we'll be crowned world champion at the end of the season. You never know. So here's the grid. Grosjean, Hulkenberg, Nasser, Ricciardo, Nico Rosberg, Felipe Massa, Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen, Vettel and Lewis Hamilton on pole. So here we are on the grid for this Japanese Grand Prix. We actually could choose our tyres, because Q2 was, remember, a wet session, so we could choose our tyres. We've got a fresh set of option tyres, and the lights are going out now. The lights out and away we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. We've got a horrible start. Just wheel spin, and wheel spin as we lose a position for Bottas, but he goes very deep into turn 1, runs off the track, and we're going to collide with him. We actually lost a place there. We got hit by, we were a bit of aggressive there. We got hit by both Williams, but skipping on to the next lap. Rosberg's probably saving fuel here, as we are too, but we get a better line, squared the corner off, get a better exit there, but we're in lean, of course, and oh no, we made contact with Massa. We've made contact, and we made even more contact with Ricciardo, and we lost so many positions. We're taking it easily there. Don't want to spin up our rears just to ruin them because we lost the positions. Lost about 8 positions there. Yes, so we're gonna claw them back up here. So yeah, but see, Kvyat actually got a very good exit with that Red Bull. But we are in lean still, trying to save that fuel early on and use that later on in the race. But we need to get past Kvyat really quickly here, because we want to win this race. And we have just thrown that qualifying awardance away from us, as we made that silly mistake and collision with Massa. Now we've passed Kvyat just before 130 yard. Now Verstappen going down the inside of him. He's still running on the outside. He's backed off now, so that's 9th place for us. Now Nasser is next. We got a horrible exit now. We're going to try and go on the inside. Nope, no room there. Just going to try and take it easy, take a nicer line through here, trying to get more speed. Now we're going to try on the outside of him. Can we do it? Yes, we can. Up into 8th place. Back into 8th place in this Grand Prix. Now Grosjean is in that Lotus Mercedes, which is a very horrible car. And we got on the inside. Can we? He's left enough room. He's gone off the track there, and we just left enough room for him. And now we are into 7th place again. We've gone wide a bit, so that's going to leave them and get a better exit than us. We got a horrible exit out of that hairpin. But next lap, we're just catching up to these guys. Bottas there, we kind of forced him out wide, but we didn't make any contact, thank God. So now Bottas is actually coming back at us, and we're just kind of struggling for pace here. So only in 7th place, but we're side by side with Bottas still. This is amazing racing here at Japan International Circuit, and we've got finally past Bottas again. As you can see, our tyres are kind of going off, but here comes Bottas again. He kind of hit us going into turn 1, and I think there's some run replay here. Let's see, I'm not sure whose fault was that, but it's probably a racing incident because Bottas was going wide anyway. But now onto lap 7, we passed up the Ricciardo and passed him, but we needed to leave him some space because we would have took him out there. And now we're back into 4th place, where we lost that place of Massa, whose Massa's going in the pits right now. So are we for our prime tyres. I think this is another option stint. So we're probably going to do option prime, unless it doesn't rain. This is because we see a dark cloud to our left there and right in front of us as we do pass Massa out of the pit exits and on fresh tyres. And now Kvyat is next. He's still on the I don't think he's pitted yet, but he just backs out of that challenge. He runs extremely wide there as we are back into 4th place now. On to lap 12. My teammate is actually pitting. That's weird. I think he's lost his front wing. I think he has. But now on to lap 14. There's a yellow flag ahead. I'm not sure who this is, but there's a yellow flag still. And there's a massive collision. We see Hamilton. We see Hulkenberg. We see Rosberg, who lost his front wing. And now we have lost our front wing as well. Wow, we saw Rosberg lose his front wing. We thought, oh my god, we're going to win this race. Now we're going to have to pit, and it's already started raining, and now this race is going to be interesting to see who's going to put on the intermediate tyres first, as we go on the track on slick tyres still. But next lap we should have burnt on the intermediates. I was just dreading myself after, I was kicking myself even after that pit stop. We should have went on the intermediates, but I think it was just too early and it would have burned our tyres out. But now coming on to the intermediates, and we're ahead of Massa. Yes, we are. But next lap, the track even got even worse. Now it's going to be full wet tyres to the very end, I think. So yeah, we're going to have to push because Massa is so much. As we skip to lap 25, Massa was ahead by some margin, but the track is drying up, and we actually went on to intermediate tyres there. So I don't know, I think I missed a pit stop there. As we see, Massa actually has some front wing damage there. His nose has front wing damage. As we go into turn 1 now, he goes very wide, and we're just going to sneak out the inside back into 3rd place. But the track is drying up. I'm not sure if we're going to pit, but you can see he's very dry right now. But I think the last lap, I don't think anyone's going to pit. But Ricciardo's pitting. Ricciardo's pitting for slicks. So if the track is dry enough to run slicks for 1 lap, Hamilton's pitted as well, but he's right behind us on fresh slick tyres, option tyres, when the track is completely bone dry. As we see, skipping into the later lap, who's going to win this Grand Prix? Hamilton's right behind us. He's got the better exit on his fresh tyres. The track is completely dry, and we have no answer to him, as we are still on intermediate tyres and struggling. We just go wide there because there's no grip on the track. We're going to try and one last dive at the bottom, at the foot, and we've messed it up. We've messed this race up. I thought it was going to be wet to the very end, but no. Hamilton, with his racecraft, very much deserved that win. But no, we came P1. Hamilton had a penalty. Crazy stuff in this Grand Prix at Suzuka. We have won the Japanese Grand Prix, with Hamilton being 3rd on the podium, Ricciardo 2nd, and wow, Hamilton having penalties, which gifted us 1st place in this race. Wow, scenes at the international circuit in Japan, and we're just ecstatic right now. I don't think we're going to win that race. So Hamilton had a 5-second penalty, no, 15 seconds taken away from him, or plus. So that has been the Japanese Grand Prix, guys. So Rosberg came 6th. That's good enough because we've gained some points on him. But we are very happy we won that race. Very interesting race with changing tyres, of course. And now we are very, very much in this championship battle now. 60 points away from Nico Rosberg with 4 rounds to go. Russia, USA, Mexico, Brazil and Abu Dhabi. So I'll look forward to these races, guys. So I hope you see you there as well. Please like and subscribe. Peace.